Cobweb diagrams are a great way to visualize convergence. They show whether your sequence is pulled into a fixed point or whether it's pushed away. Now I'm going to show you how we can use this question and cobweb diagrams to find an approximation for our root. A student uses this iteration formula here to find an approximation for alpha. We want to use the graph, starting with our first value of 4, to determine whether this can be used to find an approximation for alpha. So what you essentially want to do is start at your value of 4 and draw a vertical line to your graph. This is your y value when you plug in x as 4. From here, you want to map this back to an x value to get your second iteration. And to do that, you have to draw a horizontal line going back to your y equals x graph. So now this is mapped to your first x value. You're going to take that x value, plug it back in to get a corresponding y value. And what that means is you draw a vertical line going back up to your graph of y equals a function of x. Now this gives you your second y value for that value of x. You're going to take that y value and you want to map it back to x by drawing a horizontal line until you get back to your y equals x, like that. This is probably not very clear, so I will zoom in there. And now this is your third value of x, this is your third iteration. You want to take that, you want to plug that back in to your function to get a corresponding y value. This time we're going to go down to map back to our y. And then that repeats and repeats. So we map this back to y equals x and so on. And what you'll find is this inward spiral that converges to a certain point. That is your root. And that is how we use cobweb diagrams. If you don't get this spiral, then you don't have that convergence. And instead you get divergence. I hope this makes sense. You can do the same with staircase diagrams. Maybe I'll make a video on that. I'm not sure.